Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Jeremy here. If you haven't already, like, comment, and subscribe. As promised, we got a Titanamon battle video. We got Titanamon versus Magnamon. Now, before this match, we did make some cuts to fit the new meta. We did cut 2 of the Ignitemons and the 2 Labradormons to fit in 4 Goblinmon from BT6 so that we can increase our DP. And we cut 2 Underworld Calling and 2 Wisdom Trainings to fit in 4 Rival Barrage. So we can play the meta a little bit better. It actually does very well. So to get started, of course, I go ahead and I hatch my egg into the Pagamon to then reveal the new Goblinmon we added. This Goblinmon's gonna help me later to, swing over, Magnamon X if I ever have to, digivolving into the Kinkakumon. He's gonna go ahead and digivolve that new Demi Vmon, Nightmare, and digivolving into the Vmon. This Vmon is going to help him set up later on, playing the Davis to drop a free Vmon. So he's on the fast track right now. I'm gonna do my best here because I'm missing some of my pieces. So I do decide to digivolve into the Kinkakumon for 1 over a level 4 so I can draw. I figure, hey, he's got this level 3, I can't let him have too many bodies, so I decide to go and attack to get that extra check-in, knowing that I'm going to be able to have these pieces in my trash later if they die anyway. I'm going to want them in the trash. So I am going to go ahead and trash a card because my Kinkakumon is going to let me delete a level 3 when I trash a card. This is going to delete his Vmon. That's a good Vmon to delete because it is going to help him digivolve very quickly, and this is going to do a nice 8k check. This is because, like I said, the Goblinmon did give my Digimon 2000 DP. So hey, he survived. I say forget it, let me just go into the Warwick Realmon and see if he can kill it or not. If he does, that's fine. I'll get the level 4s into the trash for later. And if he doesn't, then I got some work to put in. I'm assuming that he can't digivolve and delete my things all in one turn, but maybe I was wrong. So he does gain a memory for moving in having a Digimon free in the straights, and does digivolve into the new Magnamon, which happens to strip a source. Fortunately, it won't just delete my guy, but his guy is pretty big, so he's gonna go ahead and smack me for 10k. That's gonna kill my guy, and you know what? It's what I expected. It's nothing unexpected there. I have my pieces mainly in the trash now. All I need is 1 piece, so that'll be good for later. Now, of course, he's gonna go for the big play. He's gonna drop the Magnamon X antibody. Of course, a lot of you know, I honestly believe this card's a very gatekeeping card. Maybe not popular, opinion, but I don't like it very much. But we'll see. So I do digivolve into the new Goblinmon, which is going to give me a memory later, and then drop that training, which does get me the Bloomeramon. So I'm pretty set up next turn to build a pretty good stack. But this Magnamon X body is a bit of a problem here. So I'm going to definitely just start setting up, get my Mat Ishida so I can start getting those memory setters down on the board. He's going to go ahead and do the big boy play, which is he's going to hit the Zubagon Punch, which is going to buff up his Magnamon X antibody to an 18k with 2 checks. So this is not looking good for me. He's already going quick and doing what he's supposed to be doing. So we're going to see what he hits. And he does hit the Bloomeramon, which does now give him the protection. He does end up hitting 2 Bloomeramons, and then he unsuspends for his ability. He's going to go ahead and start trying to set up by playing those training cards to try to get some value out of it, which it does work. He does get another Magnamon for later, but it does look like he's putting a lot of his eggs into this guy. So since he did hit my security earlier, he's now even more buffed up, but he does hit my analog. That allows me to search out and look into my stuff, and you know what? He does trash the Rival Barrage with delays and adds the Kinkakumon to my hand, so this is great. Now, the second check was fantastic. He hits my one-up Demonic Disaster, which is going to play out a level 3. So, that's actually really useful for me. I need the extra bodies right now. And of course, the deck is built for that. But as you can see, guys, he's got me at 1 security already, and it's, I think, what, his turn 2? It's ridiculous. But I guess he figures, hey, he has nothing else, he doesn't want to give me too much memory, so he goes ahead and he decides to just pass. He got the reboot, he has the blocker, he's got the protection. I mean, anybody would say at this point it's over, you know? But I am keeping an eye out on the back, seeing that he just doesn't have that level 3, so, you know, I gotta figure something out, and I gotta hope that, you know, adding these new security bombs pays off. But to try to put some pressure on him, let's go ahead and start digivolving, because, you know, I gotta see what I can do at this point. It's looking critical. So we're gonna go ahead. We're going to reduce the cost into the Kinkakumon, so I don't have to with the training. And we're gonna go ahead and start doing what Titanamon does best, which is gonna be hitting the Boomeramon to draw 3 cards and then trash 2 cards. We're drawing 2 from the Boomeramon effect and drawing a card. And I'm gonna go ahead and trash the Ginkakumon, which is part of my combo piece. That's gonna gain me a lot of memory. I'm gonna gain it not only from the Nehagmon I just trashed, but I'm also gonna gain it from my level 3, and I'm gonna gain it from my mat. So we're sitting cozy, we're looking good. I'm gonna go ahead and digivolve into the Titanamon. The Titamon's gonna also, you know, let me trash a card, and you know, that could be, you know, anything. I'm thinking I'm gonna go ahead and trash the Underworld's Calling so I can draw an additional card just to fill up my hand a little more. That's gonna go ahead and draw me a card, and that's gonna go ahead and play out a level 4. So this is what Titamon's supposed to do. Titamon plays out the level 4, which plays out the Ginkakumon Promote, and Ginkakumon Promote's gonna come out as a package deal. Whenever you play him, whether from hand or trash, he can bring with him Ginkakumon and Kinkakumon, and if he does come with all the pieces, he does gain me a memory and draws me a card. Because of my Boomeramon, I do gain a memory for playing a Digimon by effect. So as you can see, I'm getting a lot of memory, and I'm using Rival's Barrage now, so I can grab me back another Boomeramon, just in case I want to be able to digivolve and do some additional things. Now, I know I can't really do much here, and I can't really swing past him. He's gonna block, he's gonna kill. So at this point, I figure, hey, why not just set up, put him in a weird situation. So I go ahead, I decide to do, I was gonna go ahead and try to digivolve my guy using a 60% win rate, but I figured, let me just put in some attacks in. So I decided to trash the card. I gained the memory because I have the new effect from the Ginkakumon under the Ginkakumon Promote. So that was an extra memory I was able to get, giving my Titamon the 15k security attack +1. Now I'm doing this because I know he can block me. I know he's a big boy. I'm just saying, hey, just block me. You know, let it die. To me, it's like, I want to get some checks in. So, and that's going to let me, you know, gain my memory, hatch my egg, and it's going to let me set up for the next turn. I know it seems kind of weird, but there's a method to the madness. I wanted to have something ready to go next turn in raising, while also getting a little bit of value for it. So, I mean, you know, I needed that extra memory so that I can go ahead and use my 60% win rate. That way I can just, you know, dig into my deck a little more. I'm going to trash that Titanamon because honestly I have too many in my hand right now. And that's going to again draw me 3 cards and trash 2 cards. Again, I'm just trying to set up here. I'm trying to get a lot of pieces, trying to get a lot of value so that when the time comes I can have an explosive turn. You know, honestly at this point I'm just banking right now. I'm going to see what happens. It's a tough bet, but he doesn't have the level 3 and I'm notorious for calling stuff out. So I decide to just go for it. I decide to move into my second Titanamon for the turn. Again, as you guys can see, I'm able to do a lot. I was able to go into 2 Titanamons in one turn and play Ginkakumon Promote twice in one turn. So you can imagine if this was just a regular deck and it wasn't Magnamon X antibody, I would have been sitting cozy. But I do gain the memory for playing the Ginkakumon Promote with its pieces, drawing a card, and then gaining a memory for the Boomeramon, putting him at 1. So it was a very good way to just memory choke him, get value, set up a neg in the back, I know it seems crazy, but the truth of it is, I ended my turn with more bodies ready if he ends up failing. So at this point, he's making a decision. You know, if he has the blinding ray, I'm screwed. He's counting everything, he's checking everything. Because to be honest, I just said, I mean, hey, all you need is that Dexmon to mess me up right now. That's the reality of it. I said, hey man, if you got that Dexmon, it's pretty bad. And right now, I'm just hoping he doesn't have blinding ray, and hopefully my luck just pans out. So let's see. A lot of you guys know that if Magnamon X anybody is struck by a option card that deletes it in security, its effect doesn't proc. It will die before then. So honestly, fortunately enough for me, boom, Rivals Barrage. I mean, I'm gonna tell you guys right now, you can believe whatever you want to believe. This was the first match of the night. This was not scripted in any way. We didn't set anything up. You guys saw us draw our cards. You saw us draw our cards. You saw us shuffle our decks. That was crazy. And of course, he had the Dexmon. So either way, it's looking really bad for Titanamon right now. But I know that Titamon has a way. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna start setting up. I'm glad that I had put Buddy in the back. I got my other Titanamon. I'm ignorant. That's why I trashed the other one. I was like, hey, I have so many Titanamons in my hand. But as you guys know, I have my promote in the trash again. Guys, very consistent deck. I don't find myself having too many whippy turns with this. I know a lot of people don't trust the Titanamon promote package. But it honestly, for me, maybe I just have luck. But I usually get it all the time. So I'm already gaining a bunch of memory for trashing the card. I'm getting one from my level 3. I'm gaining one from the mat. I'm getting one for playing the Titanamon promote. I'm drawing a card. I'm gaining one for playing a Digimon by effect. I mean, I'm gaining memory like it's Halloween, and I'm getting candy door to door. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking pretty cozy. I'm just gonna say, hey, I gotta pop that armor. I gotta finish that off. I'm thinking I need to kind of wipe this board a little bit, and I'm gonna also use the Ginkakumon to go ahead and trash a card using the Ginkakumon effect to delete the level 3 and hit his security. Unfortunately, he does hit a Davis, which is actually fortunate for me. He actually didn't have a level 3 play. I mean, that's the one thing that honestly was really lucky about this game, is that he just didn't have the extra level 3. And I'm honestly just gonna hard play a Rivals Barrage just to get that Dexmon out of here. But again, it looks like I'm doing pretty good, but this is not looking great for Magnamon X Antibody. So I have options, but this is Magnamon X Antibody, so a lot can happen from here. He decides he needs to go find some searchers. He does find the Magnamon X Antibody again. So I'm thinking that's it. I mean, he has the training in the back. He can reduce the cost. He can go into a Magnamon X Antibody again, which wouldn't be too much of a problem because I do have a lot of bodies. So it's not great for him. It's not like he's in the best position. So I think he just goes for the safer play. He does the Vmon, which is gonna give him blocker. He's kind of setting up. He's waiting. He's just trying to bide some time. So I'm gonna go ahead and hatch my egg. I'm gonna play my Goblimon. This is the one I like, that it gives me the 2000 GP. It's very useful when fighting against this type of deck. And it's good for every other deck too. I don't know why I wasn't playing it before. I was too memory focused. I think I get enough memory in the deck. So I'm happy I made those cuts. Again, you guys can go in the description to see the original video, but we did make some cuts. We're going to go ahead and do another Boomeramon, which is going to draw me 3 and then trash 2. I'm going to trash more of my pieces. When I trash a card, I'm going to gain a memory from my level 3. I'm going to gain a memory from the other level 3. I'm going to suspend the mat to gain another memory. That's 3 memory. I'm going to trash the Nihagmon to gain another memory. So I'm pretty sure I have all my pieces again in the trash. But then I took it back because I realized Nihagmon's ability is actually going to come in useful right now. I'm going to instead Digivolve into Nihagmon to go ahead and pop a level 4 by trashing a card. I think that was the perfect move. That's going to delete him, which he doesn't have armor purge, but he does play out a level 3 for free and draws him a card. So, boom, he's got some more Magnamon X antibodies. He's got another Tamer. I mean, I think I'm looking pretty good right now. It's looking pretty good for me right now. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm sitting cozy. I mean, I got 2 checks, right? And then I have 2 attacks. I'm like really confident right now. I'm just saying, forget it. I attack to try to go ahead and try to wrap this up as soon as possible. So I go ahead and I trash a card to give myself the 2000 DP. Titanamon says when you trash a card, you get into 2000 DP security attack +1. So now I'm using a 14k security attack. I'm gonna try to wipe that board down. Boom. He does hit the Awakening of the Night, which it is gonna let him return a Digimon back to his hand and add the card. So that's not worrying me too much. Again, these type of games can happen. I hate that Magnamon X antibody put me through this much trouble so quickly that I had to do all of this just to come back. But it looks like I'm feeling pretty safe right now, so I decide I'm gonna go ahead and attack, and with my 2K, and unfortunately, I hit the security effect Magnamon. It's gonna really set me back a ways. It's gonna go ahead and de-digivolve me by 1. And then he's gonna be able to digivolve onto his Digimon. So he goes ahead and de-digivolves my Magnamon. He goes ahead and digivolves for free onto his guy. That's gonna give his guy blocker, and it's not looking good. He's gonna be able to strip a source. So right now he decides to strip the source and bounce back the level 3 to my hand. I guess he just didn't want me to have bodies, but I mean, you know how it is. I mean, I think one thing that's to note is that I believe that they do still fight in security, so I think him bouncing that was negligible. It would have died in a security battle anyway, but I can't attack anymore. He can block, so I decide I'm just gonna go for it. Pay 6, Titanamon, do the Death Xmon Digivolve, so I can just delete that thing, just de-digivolve, pop everything. Now I'm like, okay, I gave him enough memory, and he's drawing his level 3s now. I don't know what to do now. I just figured, hey, he mustn't have the pieces anymore. But I did give him like 6 memories, so I mean, I can't complain. He decides to actually pop the training, so he can now go ahead and warp into the level 4, and we know he's got the Magnamon X antibody. So I'm really worried. He decides to go into the Magnamon that actually increases his DP based on how many armor forms are in his trash. So he's just made a crazy 17k blocker. Super nuts. He's made a level 4 that's bigger than my Death Xmon, a level 7 after all that work. There's Magnamon for you. He's gonna go ahead and he was going to attack me. I don't remember exactly what his decision here was. But I mean, we're gonna have to wait and see, to be honest. I think he just decides to. I was talking about how you can't go into Magnamon, but the truth is he had the darn card that's gonna it's gonna pay 3 and then just let him digivolve with the Magnamon X in the same turn, because the deck needed that. Magnamon X, anybody needs that. And then he just decides to go for the safe play. He just does a Heaven Judgment, does minus 22,000 DP across my board. He has multiple triggers. This is he's got the blocker now, so I mean this is a tight neck game right here. I'm not gonna lie, and I decide I need to find some stuff. So I start searching, I start looking, I'm looking for my pieces, but you know what I realized? I said, wait a minute. I was like, wait a darn minute. I think I just got this guy. I think I just did. Because I'm thinking, you know what? Let me just go ahead and attack. He's got a block. And I don't know if you guys know what's coming. Oh man. He had a block, baby. So yo man, what can I say, bro? Underworld's calling. we're gonna go ahead and play the Ginkakumon promote. Might I say this is very appropriate.
Gee, that was awesome. That was awesome. I'm so happy you had the Rivals brush and I had the Vmon. That was crazy. That was like some scripted shit. Like, yo, that was like, you couldn't have scripted that better. You couldn't have not have scripted that game better, bro. That was fucking fire, dog. That was fire. That's what I'm talking about, bro. That's exactly the kind of video that we want to post, bro. That was great.
So guys, really appreciate you guys giving us a check out. You know, again, this was just went to my friend's house. We said we needed a Titanamon video. I'm ignorant. I just said, yo, grab the Magnamon X anybody. I don't care. I said, first game, I'm winning. Guys, disclosure, this is not saying that the Titanamon deck is better than Magnamon X anybody. It's not by any means. But it does, I wanted to showcase this clip in this video and showing that Titanamon does a lot. You know, against adversity, against something that's so oppressive, the Titanamon deck was able to prevail under the right circumstances. I know he didn't have the blinding rays. I know he didn't get the perfect turns. But you know, you can't win them all, and that's the magic to Digimon. You know, all games, you know, are based on the players and what happens and what can happen. And you know, just this time you can see I can go wide, I can attack multiple times. I was able to come through with this one. Hey guys, thanks again for staying, checking this out. Again, guys, if you haven't, like, comment, and subscribe. We really appreciate you guys. And we'll try to drop some more videos soon. We got some new deck lists coming in. You guys have a good one.